Hello everybody, it is me again, and today I'm gonna do something a little bit different than I have the last 3 videos. And it's all because I'm doing okay today, but my heart's a little bit heavier today than it has been during the last 3 video recordings, and it's one of those things that's just kind of the grieving process that I talked about, and it's kind of just life and a journey when you're faced with watching your child suffer from a monstrous disease like Duchenne. And I guess what kind of prompted my mood today is that, of course, I wake up multiple times throughout the night, anywhere between 3 and probably 6-7 times a night, to roll Dalton over because he is no longer able to roll over due to the weakened muscles in his abdomen. And so this morning I woke up to him making his little noises. David always laughs because he literally kind of makes like a and it immediately wakes me up and I know what he needs. It's usually either he needs to use the restroom or he wants to roll over. And so as I rolled him over, I just kind of hugged him and held on to him and sat there and thought about how much I love this little boy and how unfair and terrible it is that at 11 years of age, almost 12, he'll be 12 in August, that little boys should be waking up bright and early on Saturday mornings, ready to go run and tackle the world, to go outside and play in the sprinklers, or with their dogs, run and play catch with the dogs, or have their buddies over and have sleepovers. And because of this wicked disease, my little boy isn't able to do those things. And it made me realize that some of the folks that may come across these videos don't actually know what Duchenne is. And so I just wanted to give a little snippet of kind of a quick breakdown of what our journey with Duchenne has looked like. And so, as I mentioned, I think in one of my first videos, I think the first video is in August of 2010, Dalton was diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. We had taken him to the doctor for his kindergarten physical that summer, and for some reason God kind of prompted me to ask some questions that I hadn't asked, but some things that I had noticed about Dalton. He was a tiptoe walker. He had very heightened sensory issues with sight, smell. Sun blinded him. Smell of anything was just unbelievably difficult for him. Gagged him and things like that. And so even loud noises and all those things. And so it prompted me to just ask his pediatrician some questions. And now keep in mind that people ask me if I'm angry that I didn't find out or the pediatrician didn't catch this earlier or whatever, and absolutely not. I totally trust that God revealed this to us when I was at the strongest point in my faith journey, and that God's timing is perfect. And so I'm absolutely not angry with the doctor. I'm not angry with finding out when he was 6 years old. So needless to say, that prompted the pediatrician to check him over a little bit more, and he diagnosed him with hypotonicity, which is tightened Achilles tendons. And so he referred us to a pediatric neurologist. We couldn't get in it for almost 2 months because that was in June for the physical, and then it was not until the end of August that we actually went to the pediatric neurologist. I was totally not concerned. I thought we might come back with a some type of an autism diagnosis, but not severe enough to not have him in regular classrooms or anything like that. And so I really wasn't that concerned. So we go to the pediatric neurologist, and after a 45-minute evaluation, the doctor laid in our laps a diagnosis of what he believed at that point to be Duchenne muscular dystrophy. I knew nothing about it. Fast forward to a month later, we went through DNA testing, which then confirmed that it was definitely Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And so at that point, the world just turned upside down, because I knew what that disease then looked like, because I had obviously researched it. Once we had a confirmation, I researched it. I did not research it prior to that because my oldest brother asked me not to, and he was very wise in what he advised me to do. And so I didn't. But then, of course, after we got the confirmation that it was Duchenne, I looked it up, and it absolutely scared the dickens out of me, as anyone could imagine, to think about my beautiful little boy that I watched go through all those childhood milestones of crawling, walking, sitting up, feeding himself, potty training, all of these things, and then all of a sudden they come crashing down in the realization that all of those milestones are now going to be reversed, and that he will slowly lose the ability to stand up, to walk. He was never really a good runner. He kind of galloped a little bit, but that too is common with Duchenne. But I had to watch him over the last 6 years lose the abilities that I cheered him on so early on in life when he gained those abilities. And it's excruciating, and it's scary, and it's not right, it's not fair. And it's one of those things that, you know, as a mom, I have had to fast forward into the future and think about the times when he was going to ask me difficult questions. And I promised myself I would never lie to him, because I never want to taint our relationship, and I never want him to think that I lied or hid things from him. So obviously I don't tell him the gruesome details and specifics, because that's not necessary. But he has asked me if Duchenne will kill him. And I have answered that yes, it can, just like diabetes could kill daddy. That one guarantee in life is that we're human beings, and life is not forever. Death is inevitable. We will all face it at some point in time. But why are we going to let today be ruined by something that we can't control? And that as believers, ultimately, death just means that we will be healed in heaven with our Creator. And that's not necessary, though it's kind of scary because we can't quite imagine what that's going to be like. That's what our goal is. That's why we have so much hope in the Lord, is that we know one day we will be healed in heaven, and that there is no sadness, no disease, no loss in heaven. And so ultimately, as believers, that's what we look forward to, or at least that's what we're supposed to look forward to. And so thankfully God has given me the answers, because by no means do I think I'm good enough to answer these difficult questions, particularly as emotional as they are. But God gets me through every single one of them, all in His timing, because I had no preparation when these questions come to me. But thankfully God's given me the words to give Him. But I'm not going to lie, it's absolutely terrible to watch something you love so much suffer. And this disease progresses. It's like a slow death that in my Dalton, some of the boys are affected mentally, and so they aren't completely aware of everything. But my Dalton is so sharp and completely aware of everything. He has no mental issues at all. And so he, at some point, will know what's happening to him. And that's overwhelming for me to even begin to think about. And I pray continually that God will continue to give me the strength to give him the right answers, and to support him, and to encourage him, and to let him be angry. And for the most part, he is the happiest, joyous little boy who has taken what's been thrown onto him with such courage and such bravery, and he just teaches me how to live life and what really matters. And yeah, I'm sorry I got emotional on you, but I just want to make sure that people know that even though I'm hoping the majority of these videos are going to be real positive and you get to see the joy in my journey, that I'm not some chick blowing smoke up your butt, and that I'm okay with this journey, because I don't like it at all. But I do, look, you can hear my pig. I'm sorry. Penelope. Here, I'll show you Penelope. There she is. Whenever I come outside, Nellie and I have our time to vlog. So you'll occasionally probably hear her snort. But I just hope that you guys can see how real this is. I'm not an actress. by no means did I ever imagine that God would have me vlogging on social media. But I also know that our story has already impacted so many people for good. And I just hope to continue that. And so you guys take care. I hope you have an absolutely blessed, beautiful weekend. No matter what you're going through, love on your babies. Love on all those people in your life that mean so much to you. And live today for today. Nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. And ultimately, I don't even know if Duchenne will be the end of Dalton. We could all die tragically in a car accident tomorrow. So it's just kind of slapped me into reality and made me live on purpose every day, because I do know that his days are numbered, and I'm no longer able to live in denial about that, as most human beings do. But we're just so very blessed. Good, bad, and ugly. God's in control. And I'm so lucky to have both of my babies, and that God trusted me with the two of them. Marissa and Dalton are my life. And I just love them so very much, as any parent out there can probably imagine. So take care. Sorry this is an 11.5-minute video, and I apologize for that. But whether one person sees this or 10 million see it, it's not about the number. It's about hopefully God taking it and running with it, and being able to bring awareness to this wicked, cruel disease and our real, raw reality that we're walking through. So God bless everybody. Take care and live on purpose.